Now many times in JavaScript you will have to repeat some stuff again and again. So this repeating of stuff is what we call it as loops. So let's just say that I have a statement called 1 and 2 and I want to repeat that statement like 4 times. So instead of writing that statement 4 times, what I can do is I can gather that statement and just write it 1 time, and I can tell JavaScript to repeat it 500 times. One of the example of the loops is while loop. It is exactly similar as the if statement. If you check out the if statement, we have a condition, and when the condition is met, we'll do something. The same way in the while loop, we have a condition, and when the condition is met, we do something. But the only difference here is we add an increment. Now there is a reason for it. So let's just say that when we create a variable a is equals to 1, and we are checking a condition where a is lesser than 10, which is basically true, and we are going to do something. If you don't specify the a++, a is always less than 10, and this loop will go on forever. So in order to stop this, what we can do is we can write an increment option. So every time a is less than 10, a +1 will be added to the a. So in this way, what happens is every time the loop goes back to the condition, 1 is added to the a variable. So in this way, the loop will start counting from 1 to 10. And once the condition is met to 10, the loop will stop. The same way we have the do while loop. So here we have a simple example of while loop. Now you can check out the do while loop. Basically what's happening is we are running the statement first and then checking for the condition. Here, until and unless the condition is met, the statement will not run. But here, either it is met or it is not met, the statement is going to run at least once and then the condition is met. One of the famous loops is for loops. You can see this is a while loop which we have here, and this is the for loop. So here we are specifying if I is equals to 1 and I is lesser than 10, then increment it, and then we are going to do something. Now getting a loop started is quite easy, but one of the difficult part is to stop the loop in between. So let's just say I have I is equals to 1 and I want to loop it around 10 times, but I want to stop when it reaches 5. This is what you can do. You can specify if I is equals to 5, we can use a break keyword. And what happens here is as soon as the loop is met to 5, it is going to break the loop. The same way we have the continue loop. So here what happens is as soon as the condition is met to 5, we can specify what to do and then we can continue the loop. Let me show an example how the while loop works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a var. I'm going to specify a is equals to 1. And here I'm going to specify while and to do something. So here we can specify the condition that if a is lesser than 10, we need to do something. So we are going to specify a console.log message, and here we can specify what that message would be. So that would be basically hello world, and I'm going to say here a++. And close that. Let's copy the path. Let's go to a browser and paste it, and right click and inspect. Now if I go to my console, I can see it has outputted the data around 9 times. It shows 9. Again, if I hit refresh, you can see it counts around 9 times, but I cannot see what's happening. So what we can do here is I can specify a, and I can give a plus sign, and let me give some space. And if I get back to my browser and if I hit refresh, you can see it's starting from 1 to 9, it is counting. So it's starting from 1 to 9. It's going to just count like around 9 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one to 0. So if I do this, if I get back here and if I hit refresh, and it starts from 0, it's going to count till 9. So basically we have around 10 counts available. What we'll do is we'll comment this out and let's create a do while loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a do while loop. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to specify var a is equals to 0. And I will specify do, and upon the flower braces, while a is lesser than 10. And I need to close this here, and inside this I can specify what it has to do. So I'm going to say console.log, and inside this I'll say a plus, give a space, and I'll call this as hello world. Now since the same message, I can change this. I can change this to byword. Let me remove remove this and put this, and then we'll specify a++ and close that. Now let's copy the path and paste it here and hit run. Now I can inspect this, go to console. I can see this also starts from 0 and it's going to count till 9, and now we have the by word. So let's comment this out. Let's see how we can work with the for loop. So I'm going to say for I is equals to 1, and I can specify I is less than 20, where I ++. And now here we can specify what it has to do. So I'll say console.log, and inside this I will give I plus, give a space, hi there. And let's close this. Now if I go to my browser and if I hit refresh, you can see it's counting from 1 to till 19. Because we specified it as 1, I'm going to change this to 0. Let's get back to our browser and let's hit refresh again. Okay, it's counting from 0 and it is counting till 19. So basically we have around 20 count. So let's just say I want to break it when it reaches 6. So we can do that with the help of the break keyword. So what we can do is, since this is happening here, I can specify if the condition where I is equal to 6, then break it. Save that. Now get back to my browser. If I hit refresh, see what happens. As soon as the number 6 is met, it is going to break. Now we can do the same thing for the continue. So here what we'll do is we'll specify a simple message, say console.log, and here I will say we have reached 6. Let's close that, and here I will say continue. Let's save this one and get back to your browser, and if I hit refresh, see what happens now. You have the count starting from 0 till 6, and when it reaches 6, we have reached 6 is going to give us a message, and then it continues again.